I deliberately pierced my thigh with a steel needle, creating the illusion of uncontrollable menstrual bleeding. Then, holding my bloodstained skirt, I came to my mother's side and lied to her that I had my period and needed to go to my room to deal with it. The reason I did this was actually to get my mother away. After my mother followed me into the room, I immediately pulled out my phone and told her that the farm owner couple who invited us as guests were a pair of vicious murderers. My mother immediately felt incredulous after hearing this, and she asked me why I would say such a thing. Because just moments ago, the farm owner's son Ant had quietly brought me to a strange basement. The place was filled with suitcases of all sizes everywhere, as well as many clothes of different sizes. Just as I was puzzled by this, Ant quickly pulled out a thick photo album with many photos of the farm owner and other families. Seeing that I still didn't understand what he meant, Ant quickly pointed his finger at himself in the photo, and then pointed his finger at a couple in another photo. Seeing that I was still looking confused, Ant suddenly opened his mouth and then made a scissor gesture with his hand. After seeing that Ant had a tongue in the earlier photos, I finally understood what was going on. It turned out that Ant's parents were not this farm owner couple, and his real parents had already been brutally murdered by the farm owners. To prevent Ant from telling anyone about this, the farm owner cut off his tongue and then raised him as his own son. Looking at the countless suitcases placed in the basement, I instantly realized that this couple had committed countless murders. At this moment, Ant turned the album to a blank page and then placed a photo of my family on it. Oh my god. Seeing this, I instantly panicked, because this meant that the farm owner's next target to kill was us. In order to tell my parents about this, I quickly took out my phone and took some photos, then pierced my thigh to trick my mother into coming to the room, and told her this shocking news. My mother, upon learning all of this, immediately felt terrified upon reflection, because my father was still outside chatting with the farm owner, as if nothing was wrong. My mother quickly told me not to reveal this matter under any circumstances, then pretended to look calm, called my father into the room, and told him everything about the farm owner being a deranged murderer. After realizing that we should not stay here any longer, my mother quickly found a small knife for self-defense and decided to leave this dangerous place immediately. However, what we didn't know was that when the farm owner was picking up the ball earlier, he had already discovered traces that the basement door had been tampered with. But my parents were completely unaware of this at the time, and still walked up to them with calm faces, using the excuse that I was not feeling well and wanted to take me to the hospital in town. However, strangely enough, the farm owner did not stop us after hearing this, but instead showed a sinister smile. Sure enough, when my parents were preparing to leave, they discovered that our car's tires had been punctured. But in order to leave this dangerous place as quickly as possible, they could only pretend not to see it and plan to leave with determination. Little did they expect that at this moment the farm owner's sire. In order not to let the farm owner notice anything unusual, my parents had to agree to let him repair the tire. Fortunately, nothing unexpected happened during the tire repair process, and the tire was quickly repaired by the farm owner. To thank the farm owner, my father specifically hugged the farm owner before leaving. Little did he expect that the next second, the farm owner actually hugged my mother and even started kissing her face. Although my mother looked very unwilling, for the safety of the family, she could only endure it in silence. Then I quietly told Aunt that we would definitely come back to save him. I thought we would be safe after getting in the car, but unexpectedly, before we even drove away from the farm, I saw a terrifying scene. Dad! Dad, stop! He threw Anne in the lake! And the farm owner's face showed a sinister smile.